Stu.
Yo, Dre.
My G.
Wait, hold on. I can't hear you. And it's my volume. Don't worry about it.
I am talking a bit low too.
Oh, don't sweat it, bro. What's up, man? How are you?
I'm good, bro. I was feeling a bit lonely until you came. It's crazy.
Well, I'm glad, bro. I'm glad. I'm about to go to bed myself, but I wanted to check in with you because you told me to hit you up the other night, but I wasn't able to hop in the chat.
Yeah, no, it's fine. I was just, I guess I was just feeling some type of way, but like, that was then. I mean, not gonna lie, like I said, I was just feeling alone, but nothing crazy, I guess. Just, yeah, I don't know. Sometimes I get like that. You know,
what?
this
I
is,
feel that so much.
you know what I mean? Like, yeah, it's odd, Stu, because the thing is, you know, I've always had Charlie. He's my best friend. And it's like sometimes I feel like I overwhelmingly bother him just for him to chill with me. And he probably knows. He doesn't say it obviously, but like he knows that I'll be always there. I'll be asking for him and whatever. But in the same sense, I'll do it to you, or like I would hit you up, and I'll be like, yeah, damn, would I be bothering this guy if I tell him to come through? You know, like I don't know. I overthink it, and I don't know why. It's just me.
Yeah, see, I was just talking to one of my homies about overthinking things,
Wow.
and that really holds you back, bro. It really does. Like you think, and then like you think about how you feel, right? And then you think about how another person might feel, and then you
Ух
think
ты,
about how
похоже, все и
the
вправду
other
так же
person might
просто,
feel in
как
relation
купить
to how you
билет.
feel.
Ну,
Then you think
почти.
about your
Всего-то и
reaction
надо
and how
раздобыть
you want to
nuclear fuel,
approach
чтобы
that
оживить
feeling
реакторы
and those
лодки.
feelings, and it
Чего
gets
тут
all mixed up.
сложного? У русских этого добра под каждым
It's
кустом
never a
навалом.
bother, bro.
Правда, в
Awesome.
нашем
Помоги-ка
случае...
отодвинуть.
Yeah, and I know, bro. Sometimes I know that it happens, but you just can't help it. Like, I guess
Is that why you be streaming all the time?
no, not exactly.
Do you get good engagements when you stream?
For the most part, sort of. It's a hit or miss, to be honest. I can't really tell when or what time, whatever. Because the thing is that I only stream at night, bro. No one really watches anything really late, like the way I stream. Like I'm already late at most of the time zones here in the United States. Anybody who will be
Word,
watching
yeah.
will probably be waking up next morning, and they're not gonna be watching some streamer late at night. You know what I mean? Like it makes no sense. But the thing is, after like say
Really? I thought that would be the best time to watch a stream.
well, the
Just
thing
late
is
at
that
night, chilling.
yeah,
Yo, do you hear an echo when I speak?
an echo? No.
It might be just me. Yeah, it's definitely just me.
Oh, you hear it on
Because I
yourself?
got Fruity Loops open.
That's
It's
why.
just
If you're
because I got
recording,
Fruity Loops open. I was experimenting with some sounds. Yo, let me know if you can hear this right quick.
yeah, show it, show me. No, but bro, I just stream because I just stream. Honestly, like I just throw it out there. You know what I mean? Whether someone sees it or not, I told myself I don't really care. Like it's just whatever.
Yeah, that's the best way to go about it. That's
Yeah,
that's how I be with music. You just put it out
Put
there,
it
and
out there,
whoever
man.
vibes with it, vibes with it.
You know, that coalescence
knows
with the whole like overthinking things. Like even virtual photography, you seen like I don't take that many photos anymore. I just whatever take one and done, and I keep moving. You know.
I used to be heavy into screen archery, but lately I'm just like,
Hey,
does
bro,
it even matter?
I didn't. I engaged less now this year. Yeah, you know what's crazy? I met more people. They've engaged with me, and I've gotten more of a following. Like it's crazy. And like I didn't do much but engage less, and probably increase my quality more. It mainly had to do with things reflecting back to me, and I realized that has to do with everything in life. You take care of yourself, bro. Good enough, you'll see rewards not just in your own life, but like it reverberates towards anybody else's.
Yeah, you start to notice people that you care about, their lives getting better because you're exuding that positive energy.
Mm-hmm.
Yo,
I don't hear anything, by the way. If you're trying to show me some music. I need to put this thing down. Hold on a second.
Взялся? Давай! О, справились. О, все болит. Ну ничего, главное, живой остался. Так на чем я? Ну
yo,
вот.
mic check.
А
Okay, there
тут
we
к
go.
бандитам из Дома культуры важные гости приехали. Сходка
Plugged in the
главарей,
USB
похоже.
device and my
Ну, хозяева и
microphone
расстарались.
turned on.
Прогнали
Yo, I
уродов
want to
из
do an
соседних
experiment.
развалин,
Oh, it
чтоб
happens to me too, bro.
не мешали.
Yeah, it was just a USB
Вот эти
device,
лишенцы сюда
not an
явились в
audio
полном
device.
составе.
Yeah,
Like, I'm
С
dude.
using
одной
a
стороны
headset
бандиты,
that
с другой
connects,
местная
you know, with
стая.
the
Деваться
pink and the
некуда.
green.
Полезли наверх.
You know
Я
what
бы
I'm talking about?
отбился, но
I
клин поймал
think so,
неудачно.
but I didn't understand what you're
Понимаю.
saying.
Скажи, Эд.
But let me
Вот
go
он,
ahead and switch
был.
over and see if I
Да,
can.
он предлагает
Yo,
сделку.
I'm hearing myself echo
Да, сделки он
through Fruity
любит.
Loops through my speakers, and it's so weird. It's like I'm speaking to a crowd. Let me see if I can do an experiment real quick. Let me know.
Эх, старость не радость.
Don't hear anything.
Почти пришли. Ладно, спаситель, будем отчаливать. Прошу на борт. Нам еще до места добраться надо.
What was this? Can I go?
Скажи, Эд, что тут произошло во время войны? Попаданий по городу вроде не было. Так откуда такие разрушения?
По городу не было, да. Зато по морю были. Аккуратненько так, прям по линеечке. А мы и не стреляли даже. Все цели и основные, и запасные без нас отработали. Мы запросили указаний, но ответа не получили. База, понятно, была уничтожена. Пошли сюда. Все-таки штаб
Okay,
здесь.
so my experiment did not
Ну, а
work.
как добрались,
What were you trying to do?
города не узнали. Тогда,
Thought I
понятно,
could
все
stream
еще
the
хуже.
output from my sampler straight into Discord.
Выживших было мало, да и те,
Is it
честно
like a
говоря, непонятно,
two-wire
как
run?
уцелели.
What
Мы
do you
их
mean
с
by that? Like the
высоток
red and the
поснимали,
white wire?
организовали
Yeah.
кое-как. Ну и
Yep.
устроились в
Okay,
доке.
so that's kind of hard because
В общем, неплохо
I'm not sure
даже
if Discord
устроились.
actually knows how to pick
По
that up,
крайней
and
мере,
that's
электричества хватало с
it may
реакторами-то.
you may
А
have to
когда
change. I
топливо
don't know. I'm not
выработалось,
really sure
мы
to be
уже
honest.
были
It
готовы,
may have to
обзавелись
deal with
плавучей электростанцией. Вот
the
об этом
connection itself.
богатстве
I don't
слухи и
Yeah, I was
пошли.
trying to map it out in my
А
head.
на них,
But
понятно,
it's
явились
just
really-
бандиты.
nothing came up.
А потом и
right,
тоже
exactly. Then I
забрали.
tried it out actually, and
Своим
then
положением
had
объединить
input
силы и организовать эффективную
settings.
оборону.
but when
Снайпер,
I tried
ложись!
to actually stream it,
Ты чё?
I guess you
не
didn't hear
зацепил!
anything, so
Порядок!
it is
Голову
what it
береги!
is. No, I got an SP404. I've been trying to use that. That's like hardware equipment. It's a hardware sampler, sequencer, drum machine. It's a whole bunch of things.
So
So I've been trying to use that to get some inspiration because using Fruity Loops is just like, I mean, it's cool. I know it. I know the ins and outs. I know the UI.
Не надо высовываться, я им
But
займусь.
it's just also uninspiring in a way.
Because it's like
Уверен?
So I think
Ну
you
что,
want to
здесь
try
switching up.
something new, something because it may just give you different results. Maybe even mix in.
yeah, exactly. Some like they say, a lot of creativity comes from having limitations. And with Fruity Loops, you're pretty much limitless. You can do whatever you want. But with this device, you're kind of limited to certain things. You got to do things manually, not visually.
Good stuff.
Mm-hmm. That's interesting.
I hope that makes sense, man. Cause I watched this interview. Excuse me. I watched this interview with this old ass producer talking about how, you know, how easy it is to do everything. You know, you can have software that does everything. But back in the day, you know, you had to have different keyboards. You have different synthesizers, different drum
Yeah, because
machines.
everything had its own dedicated equipment, right?
Exactly. And then to make it even worse, computers back then and all this stuff had, you know, limited memory.
Limited memory, so you couldn't really save that much.
Exactly. So that those limitations, you know, it breeds creativity because you work with what you've got. That's why the Silent Hill games are so good.
Сгодится.
The PS2 ones.
Oh yeah,
They
you know
were
what's
doing
funny?
their best with
That's-
what they had.
That's crazy because I just posted. I'm playing Metro right now, right? But I played it last night, and it gave me Silent Hill vibes. So I posted. If you look at my last post, you don't go on Instagram, but like I have, and even here on the visual prowess, you'll see some. Maybe it might just remind you of something you may see in Silent Hill.
Oh, you're streaming right now? Okay, cool. No problem, man.
No, but I mean like the
Let's see. How the hell do I do this?
the pictures.
You don't hear a kick drum?
No, brother, I do not.
Let's see. How do I? Okay, maybe that would do it. Because I'm not gonna be rapping and I'm not gonna be doing any songs recording my voice in Fruity Loops. So let's
Mm.
just kill that connection.
No. No. Okay. So my question to you is, right? I'm not sure. You see, the thing is that I know there's different audio file types. Obviously, we know a few of them: FLAC, MP3, WAV, and then Jay-Z's own proprietary hi-fi shit. And what I'm wondering is, apart from that, which I know of, what are the other types of technologies that you think would benefit in audio reproduction? Like, do you think anything could be
You
done
say
to
audio production or reproduction?
reproduction? Because of production is basically what you do, but reproduction meaning like how can you reproduce something better or like make it at a, I don't know, not higher quality, but like you could say master. I guess that's what they call it, mastering. But like, is there something you think you would need precisely that would help you, that will master, or like that will help, or that may not necessarily be something that the big studios have, but you know that might be a good turning point to like start developing for, like changing things up, because people didn't really take that route. You said people, like back then they had to be, but I'm here thinking like in both ways of sound, the way you perceive sound and the way you make it. I don't know, Stu. What I'm saying is do you have any insight of what you think may be good for music making? Like, what do you, as a creator, a fellow creator, think?
I feel like you're like we're on a podcast right now. So
Yeah, I'm dead ass. I'm trying to like, cause I've always been interested. I'm like, yo, like, it's not like you can't create the music that you
Давно
want
пора
now,
вас перебить.
but like, what could help to make it more unique and change it? You know what I mean?
honestly, man, and this is gonna sound so corny, but
Tell me.
I feel like I have everything that I need
Oh, that's good.
except for
Interesting.
A clear mindset, and a mindset that's like not a mindset that's able to focus on creating, not one that just does it as a stress relief. The mindset that
Mm.
is dedicated to, creating the feelings, creating the sounds, not just doing it because I feel shitty or because I'm drunk or because I'm angry or whatever reason. I want to be free from all that.
Now, what do you
So
think will
that's what would help me.
nice? What do you
I
think?
don't know if that answers your question or not. I don't know if you meant like a technical tool
No, no,
or something.
it could be that. No, no, it didn't have a really an answer. Yeah, but the thing is,
I
what do
mean,
you,
honestly, I wish I had a different MIDI keyboard, but
now, what would take for you to get to that point, to that mindset? What steps you think you would need to take, at least?
I've mapped this out actually. We were talking about mapping out things in your mind. I mapped this out actually.
Uh-huh.
I need to get a job. I need to get my health in order. I need to get my mental health in order. I need to get a car. And then I need to move out.
I thought you had a car already.
Nah, I'd be driving my mom's car.
Oh.
It's not all green grass over here in Ohio.
I mean, I know by what you told me, bro, stuff, things and stuff. I know you, bro. I've, I've known you, bro. I know how. I can only imagine, honestly. Not that I know, cause I can't. I've never been in that situation per se. But like, when it comes to that struggle, bro, I feel you on that.
Oh, for sure. It's difficult as hell, man. 'Cause
Like
I feel like
us,
as a man, I should be having my shit together, especially as a 34-year-old. I'll be 35 September 4th.
bro. I'll be
So I'm
33
thinking like, yo, go ahead.
soon.
You'll be 30 what soon?
33 soon.
Yeah, see? And you got your shit together. You got a job.
No,
You know what I'm saying? You're making your own money.
I guess, but
That's something I can't lay claim to. So feel pride about that.
but that's not still, bro. I still think your talent is good enough that, yo, bro, it's not for nothing, bro. It's just unheard of, and it's like
Yeah,
unfortunate
I agree. It's not
circumstances.
for nothing, but for now, I feel like it is for nothing because I'm just not in the right mind state to really do what I want to do.
Mm-hmm.
Really
Like Scrappy Doo.
focus. Yeah, like Scrappy do. Trying to get to those Scooby snacks so I can feel that. Oh, damn. I had a rhyme for that. Wait, there's one. Picked it back up like,
My gun.
son.
Back
So
to
I'm crawling on the
two.
ground. See, I don't have a beat, so I sound dumb. Damn, it keeps going. I can't stop.
Don't stop. Keep
Can't stop
going.
it, man.
Don't run.
Yo,
Huh.
alright, so
Yeah.
what I wanted to do was, I was messing around, like I said, on my sampler here. And I was just goofing off and I reversed the sample. It sounds kind of cool. I'm hoping I can make a beat out of it. I'm gonna go mute for a moment,
Mm-hmm.
but I've got my Fruity Loops streaming so you can hopefully hear what I'm doing. If it works, I hope. Let's see, first I've got to... Let's do fucking metal.
Got him out the way.
So if I have the microphone on, everything doubles, it plays twice. so that's why I gotta mute the microphone. I've got. Wait, you said you were playing a game. I don't want to interrupt your shit though.
No, you fine,
Can you play
bro.
a game and like have this listening on stream at the same time?
Somewhat. Yeah.
Okay, cool. I'm just gonna goof off with this sample, see if I can make it work.
Are these guys coming or what? Oh, he's looking the other way. What a bum. No way! That sucks.
Видел, откуда ты? Сваты гада не так.
Не надо высовываться, я им займусь.
Уверен? Ну что ж,
Good stuff. давно пора вас перебить. Тихо, тихо. Отличная вещь. Не надо высовываться, я им займусь.
Уверен? Ну что ж, действуй.
Bro, did you hear any of that?
No.
Well, it was terrible, so I'm glad.
Thank you for swearing.
I'm just glad that I got this thing working in Fruity Loops. So now I can incorporate
More fruits into the loops.
yeah. Well, well said. Exactly that. Much more fruity flavor. Of Toucan Sam. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
Right?
Fruit Loops. And that was well said, yeah. So now I can so I have to think on how I'm gonna incorporate this thing more. I mean, it's just
Давно
sitting on
пора
the shelf.
вас перебить.
Shit, I think I got it 2-3 years ago. And I've been using it. I've made a few beats with it. But I just never incorporated it into my my workflow. You know what I mean?
Mm. That's good. I mean, now you can, I mean. So,
Yeah, I
curious
just
to
try to think
see.
of ways to weave it in.
Yeah.
You know, like a weird fabric. Like I know how to work with cotton. Now I've got this weird fabric I don't know how to weave. I can figure it out. What game did you say you were playing again?
Metro.
Metro. Yeah, yeah. I have that. I think you bought that for me.
Maybe. You know, it's funny because in the beginning when I kind of like gifted this game around a bit to a few friends, including you, obviously. And I'm like, yo, they're gonna experience ray tracing and all this, but then I thought I'm like, wait, they're not gonna experience it the same way I can. Like with all the bells and whistles. No way, he shot me.
I understand what ray tracing means. I know it has to do with lighting.
Well, it's
But
basically
that's all I know.
like how you know the way light bounces in real life basically mimics that to the extent that
Не надо высовываться, я им займусь.
of to whatever extent the computer could do it, obviously, and more light bouncing creates realistic lighting conditions, and we all know that. I mean, shadows and shit. Whenever you look at it, and then again, no matter what, when you give something depth, it basically places that object in that world. It basically grounds it in a way. You know what I mean? It helps grounds it,
Yeah, you get more immersed.
immerse basically, because it grounds the objects. It grounds the 3D objects in real time with lighting and world space. Whereas before, I mean, people use bake lighting. You know what bake lighting is, right? Like little spotlights.
No, I've never heard that term before.
Oh, really? Interesting. It's basically bakes, like, well, it's place lights, like artificial lights that developers will put in a game so it can mimic a source of light. It won't bounce around like ray tracing because its limitations are depending on what the source material is, or like that area. Say if it's a light bulb, this is why they're mostly fixed in certain games, whereas you don't really see the light move unless, you know, obviously you're playing something like Red Dead nowadays, or like any modern game that you have like a good lighting. Because I know games before give you flashlight. Obviously you had a flashlight for a long time. That's always been an FPS thing. But if you haven't, I don't know if you noticed many times, more than most, is that when you shine something through a 3D object, even if the object's supposed to do a shadow, you see some clipping. You see even light going through the backside of that 3D object when it's not supposed to. Have you? Or have you not?
I can say I've not noticed that detail. No.
Interesting. Because that's how, like, you know, you could
Maybe
play
like,
Final
looking at
Fantasy again and
screenshots.
just look at shadows and see how they react. And see how, okay, let me see how realistic I can make this shadow look. If there's any source light that you think should make a proper shadow, and by proper shadow I mean like compared to real life, and I'm not saying ray tracing would is like real life. There's many levels to it, and it's still like not perfect. Path tracing is kind of like the next thing, like what I'm really pushing, because it picks up not just the shadows, but like the color within the reflection of like a water puddle or like a mirror, and the shadow within that reflection, which is crazy. It's like it's ridiculous to even start mentioning, but you get what I'm saying. It basically tries to mimic real life lighting and shadowing, obviously, and whatever, whatnot. To the extent that it's even dynamics to it. Like if there's something, if the sun is moving, then the sun is moving, and you see the shadows properly adjusting. You see like an umbra that is getting wider or smaller depending on where you're shining. Like, okay, that's realistic lighting. You know, shit like that. I will have to show you, but for the most part, it just mimics more like realistic shit with the help of AI, obviously.
Interesting.
Yeah. You heard of Nvidia's DLSS super sampling stuff?
Yeah, I've heard of it.
Well, that do you use it in your games?
Nope.
It's funny because don't you have a 16 series that is capable of using it?
I have a GTX 1660.
It's not capable of DLSS.
It might be. I don't know how to check, and I haven't checked.
Oh, okay. I
Would
guess it
that
depends on.
increase? Would that help keep it cooler?
Well, that will help. That will help. Um, your graphics card run a bit more efficiently. See, what that does is that nowadays we have these terms called upscaling via AI, and by AI, I hate that. Okay, it's a LM. You know what's a LM or an LLM? A language model. A language model is basically a set of instructions that they feed to this big supercomputer that spits out answers. It doesn't tell you, it doesn't know exactly what it is that it has to tell you, but since it knows so much, or like it's been fed so much, it more or less could guesstimate the right answer. So when it comes to that and graphics, it's to keep it simple because the people then I'll get to the whole AI shit. In graphics, what that does is that you, instead of, say you got a 1080p screen, instead of rendering the game at native 1080p, meaning that your graphics card would try to natively render every single pixel, every 1 million pixels of 1080p, it will do it at a lower resolution, say 720p for instance, you know that, and then with the help of AI, of this large language model, AI quote unquote for short term, that's the Nvidia has their own super server like that they fed this like resource to help your graphics card render the rest of the pixels for that 1080p screen. It will be a bit blurry, and for the most part it actually almost comes close to native. It even looks even better than native, oddly enough, bro. It's weird, but I always use it in modern games. It's necessary almost in sometimes because these games are very demanding. I play my games this year super high. You know, I max it out. I max everything out, and sometimes I'm humbled. Like I get still sometimes, in Metro I get 90 FPS, and a 4K game that came out 6 years ago. My computer is barely 2 years old and is barely getting 4K. I mean, mind you, it is 4K, but I am humbled. You know, like I'm still like I'm like damn, like this is powerful technology, and I could barely render these games that these guys made. These guys made software is just moving way too fast. That's why we need AI to help it. That's what AI is doing with DLSS. It's just, and that also creates more performance, meaning you could get more frame rates because you're rendering at a lower resolution than upscaling to your native screen or whatever you have it on. See, like me, I'm doing Metro Exodus 4K, whatever, with DLSS. It doesn't tell me because some games don't have like an option to tell you what resolution. You know, some games differ when it comes to settings, but I'm pretty sure they have it at a 1440p render resolution, then upscale to 4K, and that's what gives me the higher FPS, like at least above 60. Right now, like I'm hovering at the main menu, 85 FPS. Sometimes it blips lower, like I've seen stutters, but you need these I guess you could say tricks, quote unquote, which is AI in a sense, and like as an extension to render your games now, bro. Honestly, before we used to do it natively. Like, I mean, you can still do it natively, but it's harder. I'm I'm hoping for that future still because latency matters to me. You could understand using AI in some form of way creates latency in your end. But with that being said, bro, um, yeah, that's what DLSS does.
Yeah. I probably won't be fucking with any of that because I don't know. I mean, I get it, I understand it, but it's just I don't want to mess around with settings and stuff and
Nah,
accidentally
it's a
ruin something.
native thing that you could do. Like that, those graphic cards are meant to do it. It was introduced with the 20 series that I first started building my computers with, bro. I was adopted into that ecosystem. And Nvidia before that, they had what these things called tensor cores, which are AI cores. Nvidia has had money in the AI industry for a long time, even way before it became a thing, a modern thing now. But they left it for the enterprise, for like the big companies, IBMs, the Intels of the world. So when they brought it down to gaming, and I kind of didn't understand it at first, but I realized that when it comes to certain tasks, especially ray tracing, that's another higher computational task, and having to do that whole upscaling thing I just told you about, like, requires a lot of processing power, a lot. And tensor cores are basically these AI cores that they just brought it from those big, like $10,000 cars that they used to sell. They called the Tesla cars, and they brought it down to the consumer grade RTX, which is the first generation, which was the 2000 series, which I adopted at the 80 market, like 2080, and then there was the 2080 Ti, but they didn't make the 90s to like the Ampere, which was mid COVID when those cards came out, and that's when AI became a thing. That's when crypto was a boom because people realized the potential that these graphics cards had with AI when you use these cards to like make money. And I did a little bit of that, I guess, but I wasn't so into the AI craze. It's not like it's a weird future it's leaning on, you know what I mean? Like it can't be self-sufficient because it's being fed an algorithm. So when it's faced with the truth or with something that's completely different than what's already been fed, it won't really tell you how to overcome it. And that's what people are mistaken with AI, and they think it's gonna be like self-conscious and stuff. It maybe, but the thing is, we're way too far off from that. Like the computational power for that, we don't even have the best computer in the world that could even get close to that. It's just, and it's funny because I'm glad I actually come to learn that today. Because I was also like wondering about that, like whether or not it's even possible. We get close. I mean, large language models will help, but we have to be mindful of how we use this technology in the future. I mean, we were all used to like we know different things like MP3s, 5G, Bluetooth, all these things that like a lot of these kids won't really know or like care about once artificial intelligence becomes one. You know what I mean? Like it just becomes a thing you use like daily for anything. It's weird to say that because I'm not a futurist. I don't even know whether none of this comes to pass. But it's just, I don't know. I ponder. Sorry, Stu. I know I went off on I even stopped the
Tangent there.
games.
No, it's all good, bro. It's all good. Yeah, it's just your level of understanding of technology is way above mine. So while I do know of what you're talking about, I don't really
Understand
I
what I'm
don't know,
talking
it's
about.
just yeah. Cause I feel like I'm
Good
using like the
stuff.
basics of basic stuff here.
Trust me, bro. What I know, you basically know. You just know it in a smaller, like a dose of it. You know what
Wait, say that again. I was making noise in the background.
I mean? I said, what you know is basically what I know, just at a smaller dosage.
Well, yeah, I guess that's a good way to put it. One day I'll get there, and one day when you start making beats, you'll know what I mean.
I basically. It's hard. This part is hard in Metro, man. It's like I gotta kill these guys linearly in a certain area. I gotta Metal Gear Solid it. Like I gotta wait till they come past me and then I'll get behind them and hit them. Because there's like two other gunmen looking at the guy that I have to hit. The only difference is that like at least the first guy I could like stealthily kill him, and the other guy's gonna come anyway and notice that dead body because I can't move dead bodies in this game. Unfortunately, it's not that Metal Gear Solid, but I just want to make sure that he doesn't notice me around the corner quick enough that I could just hit him and not make a fuss. Because then if I start shooting, there's a sniper. That's the problem. It's the sniper that I don't want him to notice me, at least until I get somewhat closer. Metro's, damn, these guys are they like look at me and shoot me in the head every time. Like that's how hard it is. Like I get one shotted almost every time. I love it though, because it's very realistic. Like in the sense
Yeah, I
with
still kind of try to open out.
it's very realistic with not just that, but with the sense of lighting as well, which is why ray tracing was a big deal. This game, I think I told you this, was built around the idea of ray trace global illumination. You know what global illumination does to a game?
Yeah.
So you know how ray tracing works in general. It just bounces lights all over. In the way we used to do it before, without ray tracing, light or even reflections will only exist in screen space. You know what that means?
Yep.
That means
Yeah,
that
I use reshade for a lot of my games, so I'm familiar with a lot of these terms.
so what happens when everything is in screen space and you start looking around the screen, say in a reflection, what happens to the edges of your screen?
Sorry, I was coughing. What'd you say?
What happens to the edge of your screen? Have you ever looked at a water puddle with a reflection of like, I don't know, a mountain, but you're going left and right? Have you ever looked at the edge of the screen while looking at a mirrored surface?
No, usually I'm more focused
In the middle.
on the gameplay, bro.
Or like basically straight down the middle. You don't really look at the sides when you're looking at the screen, right?
Well, basically I'm just focused on whatever's happening on screen, so I don't really look at the corners or like notice those certain details that a lot of people do.
Well, I didn't really start noticing them until I learned about this tech in general. And I didn't think it would make much of a difference, but it does. See, most of that screen space basically means that all that stuff only exists at whatever viewing angle you're looking at the game in. You may know how big the world is and you may know what's behind you, but all the reflections and shadows exist only wherever your camera is looking at. So when you move the camera around, and I would say I would even test you to even try this in any game, especially like a modern game like Final Fantasy. Look at a reflection, look at a reflective surface, and look at the edge of the screens while you're panning left and right, and you see that it goes away. The reflection starts going away because everything is in screen space. Because there's no
Yeah, see,
computational.
I don't notice details like that, bro.
Oh, I didn't either, to be honest.
I don't know. I don't like I feel like once you point them out to people, they start looking for them and then they'll notice them.
Yeah,
But for me, I've just
you
I don't
just
know.
play the game. I know.
I just play the game.
No, but I'm just trying to like explain to you like what's the difference between that and ray tracing. Ray tracing would still bounce the light don't bounce any reflection from even behind you, even if you're off screen. Like even if your camera's not directly looking at at the light itself, you know what I mean?
But yeah, but again, like, I mean, the games I play aren't really the most newest of new.
Well, I think Final Fantasy is
And
pretty new.
yeah, but
Kinda.
see, for example, when I play in Final Fantasy, bro, I'm not like looking for
I
graphical
know, I know.
details. I'm trying to kill this boss right then. You know what I mean? But I feel
I
like
feel you. I feel you.
with your setup,
It's not even my setup, bro. It's not.
you've got the graphical fidelity to actually
See shit.
produce these tiny little details that you notice. Well,
I
for
know. I
me,
feel.
I just start the game, I put the graphics settings on what will keep my GPU below 60,
Yo, why do
and
you?
I'm good to go.
Yo, you know what's crazy? Wait, let me see my. I don't even know what my GPU is sitting on.
Yeah, as long as I don't go above 60, I mean, I've
Wait.
reached, 65, 70 Celsius, but I try not to go above 60. So I turn down my graphics settings for the most part.
Oh, my GPU stays at like 48 degrees.
So
No,
don't you
I'm
have
sorry.
air
No, I'm
cooling?
sorry. It stays.
I
It
mean,
goes up
sorry,
to 60.
liquid cooling.
It goes up to 60. No, no, my GPU is not liquid cooled. My GPU is air cooled. And mind you, I'm playing the 2018 game. Yeah, Metro is already 6 years old. If you wanna like be on, you gotta think about it this way, Stu. Like 4K TVs, 4K monitors, something you see often. It's not really like it's something everybody could. You could watch shows and stuff in this and at 4K resolution, but to produce video that has this type of visual fidelity takes a lot, and for me to do it on like I said natively, like I told you, I need AI, bro. We need AI at this point to even render these scenes. My thing is,
I guess, I mean, I know what you're talking about, but at the same time, you're also talking to a dude who has not played recent, like, recent AAA game. Really,
oh,
really
that's true.
recent game.
What was your last recent AAA game?
I don't know, I guess, Red Dead Redemption 2.
Fair?
What?
No, I said fair.
Fair?
Yeah, fair.
No, Red Dead Redemption 2.
No, I said fair. Like that's a fair choice.
Oh, I didn't know what you meant. My bad. Sorry, I'm like half asleep here.
Yeah, and I'm half awake. No, I'm kidding. I'm awake. I'm just not tired yet. So I should be.
Yeah, I got up way too early.
What time you got out?
Usually I get up around like 11 or so, but today I was up at like 9, maybe 8:30. Just doing stuff. Shit, it's almost 3 in the morning. Yeah, man, I didn't realize what time it was. It's 2:58, man. Oops, did I lose you?
No,
Oh, okay.
sorry.
Oh, you're good, you're good. I'm actually about to hop off here, put my pajamas on and get to sleep. I did not realize the time. Man,
Bad,
ever
bro.
since that time change back in spring, I have not gotten used to it.
Oof.
Spring forward, fall back and all that. I just...
Yeah, a lot of them died here. I'm glad. Thank you, sir.
Well, I'm glad too.
Yeah, 'cause they all lined up over here. Oh, that was so good. I just hope I don't die from that sniper. I just gotta get to him. And I'll be good.
Yeah, you got this, bro. But I'ma holla at you tomorrow or later.
Alright, bro. Thank you for coming through, bro.
Hope you can get some good sleep tonight, man.
I'll try. I'll probably hop off like in the next half an hour, maybe. But yeah,
Sounds
bro.
good, bro. Good night to you.
Good night, bro.
Эй, пацаны! Я тут один реально не справляюсь! Бычара какой-то бешеный попался! Сейчас все порешаю!